I read only a few pages in your book so far.
I hope they were the best ones.
Just starting from the beginning,
Okay.
I don't know. And you say something way before people are getting the diagnosis of Alzheimer's
Right.
or similar, that the seed for that is
Right.
planted in the brain,
Right.
like maybe 10, 20 years before that
Right.
or something. How do I have to picture this? Like the word seed kind of struck me. Is it like, it's not like a seed and then the Alzheimer plant grows
No.
from that.
No, it's a good question. I actually heard a wonderful lecture. I was in, where was I last week? Prague. I was in Prague. I heard a wonderful lecture by a Swedish, famous Swedish pathologist who talked about Alzheimer's disease and its origins. And she said she thought in the average brain, the time of origin was in your fifth decade of life, in your 40s. And actually what she did in her, among other things, in her tremendous professional career, is she tracked the earliest signs of pathology anywhere in the brain and then tracked them forward. This is something I talked about in the book, to the time when you're formally diagnosed as senile. So one of the great things that's occurred in neuroscience as it relates to these kind of diseases is that scientists, the breakthrough occurred initially at the University of Pittsburgh when a scientist developed a strategy to label the Alzheimer's pathology so that you can see it in a living brain. So when this was done, it was imagined that more or less you'd look at people that had Alzheimer's disease and you'd see the pathology, and then you'd look at people that didn't and you wouldn't. But that wasn't what was seen. What was seen was that when you're 60, the majority of people have Alzheimer's pathology, and obviously most of them don't have Alzheimer's disease. But you can see it in there. And that's to say some people are on the path. And put it another way, the pathology is not senility. I call it dropping little grenades or bomblets into the brain. And you need quite a few of those bombs to go off before things are disrupted enough so that you're cognitively impaired on a level and that you're formally identified as senile. Now, some of you in this room have some of those bomblets that have gone off in your brain. And you want to slow that down, that's for sure. Others of you are younger, and you probably don't have too much, if any, evident pathology, and you don't want any. So I try to explain in the book the fact that the processes that are controlling the changes that ultimately lead to these physical, destructive, pathological changes are in fact reversible. Just like the old rat. You know, you can, at any point in life, you can drive your brain into a better position because the physical processes are reversible. The older brain becomes immunologically compromised, and it turns out there's an amazing thing that the immunology itself can actually be substantially empowered by the way you engage the brain, the way you use it. And we're sort of foolish if we don't do that. One of the things this woman said is, he said the particular seed, the initial place in the brain is a place in the midbrain where she sees the pathology first. The place is called the locus coeruleus. Isn't that charming? It means blue spot. And it's a little sector of the brain that is the source of sort of a key brain neurotransmitter called noradrenaline or norepinephrine. Well, we've known for a long time how to upregulate the source of norepinephrine in brains. By the way, norepinephrine is one of the key regulators of the immunological response in the brain. Critical regulator. We've known how to upregulate by training for a long time, or just by living your life in a little bit more sparky way. Because the way it's excited is by novel positive surprise. Now, all of you, I think, know where to find novel positive surprises. You know where you find them? Everywhere. You just have to sort of wake up and get sparky again. right? I mean, the world is just full of the damn things. If you pay attention to them this is one of the main things I say in my book. Live with your brain. Wake up again. Stop sleepwalking. When you're out in the world, this is another thing I love about the basic notion of a sort of meditation-focused life is so when you're not meditating, you're on the ball. Get on the ball, right? Open up again. Really listen again. Really look again. Actually inhale so you can smell the world again. Do these things. It's a good idea. Try to recover your sparkiness. And if you recover your sparkiness, you're on the path to recovering your immunology as it relates to your brain. Now, there are a lot of other things you got to do, but anyway, very obscure answer.